Well, hello, my gods and goddesses. Somebody, I don't know how they got a hold of me, asked me why I never said the store I was working at. Because at the time I was working for them. But I don't work for them anymore, so I guess I can spill the tea. I was working at JCPenneys at the Pembroke Lakes Mall in Pembroke Pines, Florida. Store number 2456. And that store is the most dirtiest store ever. Now we have a new store manager who name she cool with me, so I'm gonna say her name. But this store, this store cares more about the appearance of the inside of their store, as in the fixing, the lightings, or whatever, than they do, and their customers, than they do their associates. This incident happened, matter of fact, say Wednesday, the 13th, I'm gonna believe. So I had a customer. I was ringing the customer up, and I don't know why the hell people like to crowd around the person at the register. So I'm like, okay, the line starts over here. So one person was like, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. This other lady came from across the water. She was Britain or London or one of them, had an accent. Was like, and I'm going to say exactly what she said. Oh, this fucking makes no sense. I don't understand the fucking point of this. I had my back turned to her. I ain't say nothing. That's why I ain't say nothing at first. So then all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, next customer. So then she comes and she's like, I want to make a return. I said, okay. Can I please have the receipt? The receipt's in the fucking bag if you look, she said. And I'm looking at this lady like, okay. And then I looked at the bag. The bag was dirty. So I asked her, can she take the receipt out the bag? She was my first, I'm gonna call her a bitch now. This bitch, oh my fucking God, you can't do any goddamn thing. She takes the bag, she pulls the bag back towards her. She dumps the stuff aggressively on the counter. I don't know if anything was left in that bag or not. She flings the bag at me. I take a step back. All of a sudden, this bitch calls me a bastard and then tells me I am barbaric, that I am not doing my job. And to me, in my mind, my job does not say take verbal abuse from a customer. So at this point in time, she's still acting a plumb fool. Oh, you're unprofessional. Do your fucking job. At this time, I done took a couple of steps back after she flung the bag at me because I didn't know what was in the bag. So while she was flinging the bag, after that, I took a step back. She has a receipt in her hand. And she's like, I want to speak to your fucking manager. I'm like, okay. Go to the little walkie-talkie. That shit ain't working. Then we go to then all of a sudden, she just kept talking. Now at this point, sorry. At this point, I'm like, okay. I feel like my life is threatened. Because she flung this bag. I didn't know if anything was in the bag. The bag could have hit my face. I'm not knowing none of this. She's still talking shit. So at this point now, I feel provoked. So I called her a jackass and told her, just because I asked you for the receipt, it does not give you the right to aggressively throw things at me, shove things at me in my direction, sling the bag at me, curse me out, call me out my name not once, but twice. But when I said the word jackass, all of a sudden she was looking like, oh my God, like, I can't believe this lady said anything to me. So I called for my supervisor. My supervisor called. My supervisor's like, go upstairs. And the lady was like, oh my God, did you hear? Did you hear what she said to me? In the back of my mind, I said, yeah, I said what I said right after you called me. Barbaric, a bastard, unprofessional. Like, you just kept going. So then they told me to go home that day. Okay. Went home that day. Yeah, I did. I went home that day. They took my next day from me. And so I go to work today. And I'm there. Everybody's looking at me like, what happened? I heard you called the lady an asshole. I'm like, no, I called her a jackass. And they was like, but why? So I told them. And it was just that much of a hot mess. So JCPenney decided to fire me for calling a lady a jackass. And I'm looking like, okay, this store, which majority employees are Hispanic and don't speak no English. This store where the bathrooms stay filthy. When I mean filthy, filthy. I've had customers tell me there is vomit on the floor, there is blood as in somebody, period. It's everywhere. Half of the sinks don't damn work to wash your hands, whether it's in the locker, in the employees, associates area, or downstairs. I have gotten my eye caps every month because they will harass you to get eye caps. When I mean harass you, they will ring, they will like literally eye cap, 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 eye cap. That's all you hear. Okay. This store cares more about the appearance as far as like the walls, like you hang up the flip flops and stuff like that. They care more about that in their customers that's spending a penny or a dollar than the associates who get them their eye caps. Then there are associates who also spend money in their store. Okay. Then the well-being of their associates. Okay. Mind you, that day, that Wednesday, I was having a good day. Okay. I had got 2 eye caps. This old lady had like the cutest little dog. And then the lady walked around the whole store with her skirt tucked inside like her panty girdle or something. No one told this lady this shit. Lady comes back to me. I help her get her clothing straight. You know, I've never had a problem getting them online orders. Customer come, want to buy something, I hook them up. Help them get their purchase online, coupons, all this stuff. This store is so. This store is like one of the worst stores to work for. This store does not have their employees' backs. Okay? If you are a customer, you can go cuss anybody out from A to Z, fling stuff at them, throw stuff at them. I had stuff flung at me and another associate because she went to go help, open up the register to ring the customer up. He got mad because she was opening the register to ring his dumb ass up. Okay? She was just that mad. And then I was like, so you're going to be here? She was like, yeah. I'm like, okay, good. I got to go to the bathroom. I've been holding my pee for about an hour. So I told the guy, I'm like, okay, she's gonna ring you up. I have to go to the bathroom. This fool shoves his stuff across the counter, curses me out from A to Z. The stuff he shoves across the counter hits the associate in the back of her leg. You think JCPenney gave a fuck? No. You think loss prevention was on their job? No. Mm-mm. So I'm just like, okay. Back of my mind, JCPenney's don't give a fuck. And they don't. They, I have never in my life, okay, dealt with, I've dealt with disrespect, but not like this. When you work in retail, I don't know who came up with this, the customer's always right. That's bullshit. You cannot come into a store and disrespect an associate from A to Z, curse them out, call them out their name, and then expect the associate to smile and be like, well, thank you so much for coming. Bitch, no, ain't that crazy? It's that's not how it works. Customer service is for people who's willing to kiss ass. And I'm sorry. I'm not one of those people. I'm not gonna kiss your ass. I am not going to kill myself for you. I'm not gonna kill myself for your company. You know, JCPenney's is supposed to, they pride themselves on having respect. Where the supervisors can talk to you any kind of way. The supervisors can have favoritism. The supervisors can lie to you. The supervisors can pretty much do whatever the fuck they want. But it's all about JCPenney's. Okay? They pride themselves on respect, on respecting the customer, but not the customer respecting the associate. Now, in my mind, how would you feel, JCPenney's, if I stood in your face and was like, you know what, you bastard, you're barbaric, and so on and so on and so on. You'd probably be looking at me like, bitch. And I went into like the little forums and stuff like that and read people's experience working at JCPenney's, and people were saying they had the worst experience working at JCPenney's, and never in my life did I saw it and I'm like, okay, at least people feel my pain. Because when you're working at the job, you can't really say anything because it's like, ugh. But the Pembroke Lakes Mall in Pembroke Pines, Florida, store number 2456, it's full of bullshit. Okay? It is full of bullshit. And it's bad to say it's full of bullshit, but it's the people there, not all the people, but most of the people there, it's fucked up. And in my next video, I'm singing like a canary. Why? Because I don't care.